Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again. I want to take a little bit of time and give some wisdom in relationship to this upcoming election, political campaigns. I hope you are paying attention if you do plan to vote. Pay attention to everybody. And you will see that things are being said about different campaigns that don't even have to be researched to find out or determine that they are nothing but lies. And yet they're being put forth because the intent is to mislead the public, to mislead those who they want to defeat, and get the support of those that they need. And so we see the thing of deception right before our eyes. And that's so important for you to see and for me to draw it to your attention, because it is only when we can understand that we are being deceived will we give some attention to those concerns that are most important to all of us. And I want to take a little bit of time and share some of that wisdom with you, if you will. Just the other day they had a town meeting, I believe, with the city council in Missouri. The conversation was relative to the young man who was killed by police officers, 18-year-old unarmed guy. You've seen the story on television. And so they wanted to try to make amends with the community. The representatives did. And so this is what this meeting was to be about, to talk about, to let the community speak. And there was one little boy, I think he was about 11 years old, that the news media drew attention to. And this little boy wanted to focus on the fact that the city council should understand that when crises such as this occurred and people started acting as they were acting, they didn't need to have tear gas thrown on them. They didn't need to have rubber bullets shot at them. They didn't need to have tanks and armored vehicles coming down on them. What they needed were jobs. A little 11-year-old boy can see that. And you got these city councilmen, they represent everybody but that point of view. It is amazing that a young boy not only sees it, but takes advantage of an opportunity to say something about it. How many of the people in our communities are taking part in trying to draw issues out front so they can be dealt with? These are things that should be important to each of us. This young boy saw it. And I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, keep this in mind. You're going to have a Republican perspective. And to them, it might not be the greatest thing, but it'll definitely be better than anything that the Democrats have to propose. And vice versa, the Democrats will have a presentation that will just make the Republicans sick. And though it might not be the best things that Democrats had hoped to come up with, to them it would definitely be better than anything that the Republicans can come up with. And this is what you got to choose between. You got to choose between one side or the other. And neither side addresses the concerns of both. And you have to choose between that. How does that make you feel knowing that that's what you got to choose from? And in essence, what you're saying is that the side that you choose is the right side. And the rest of society is wrong. Doesn't matter whose side you choose, you're right and the rest of society is wrong. Well, I want to leave something with you, ladies and gentlemen. These are persuasions, points of views that have been set aside and drawn together and classified by individual people. I want you to look at one more perspective. and that is the originator's perspective. First of all, let me understand that you understand. Every individual on earth has a purpose for being here. No individual is here without a purpose. And every individual that is here has some common concerns between all of them that must be met in order for them to exist, to continue to exist, to live. There are things that are unique amongst each of us that have the right to exist, for in it is the key to this great, great society, this great, great life, this great, great world that we have control of. That means each of us got a career. Each of us must work, participate in life so that you can enjoy life. And so the Maker put you here with gifts and talents and desires so that you can choose the path that you wanted to walk while you're here. You're not just here wasting. You're here to do something. And in doing the way the Master had put it together, the things that we do, we will create all of the goods and services that we as people need and require that are common amongst us in order to survive. We will create all of that from the resources that the Master, the Creator, has made available above the air, whether we can see it or not. On the earth, whether we can see it or not. In the earth, whether we can see it or not. God has given some of us great, 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 great talents to do immaculate things. And some of us, the things that we do seem to be so small and so easy, we don't require any fantastic skills or talent. And yet, that which we do is just as important as anything that is being done as far as the gift of life is concerned. I want you to know that the plan has already been laid down. Each of us doing what we were made to do. Those things that give us our greatest pleasure in life. We're doing it. Nothing is holding us back. The whole world is at our hands to support everything that we do. Why? Because we're doing it for ourselves. And we must have the best, so we must give the best. Not just to us, but from us. To us. All together. I'm telling you that that's the Master's plan. There will be no crime. There will be no poverty. There will be no violence. There will be no terrorism. There will be no war. I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, you don't like prostitutes on the street. You don't like gamblers. You don't like drugs and alcohol dealings. You don't like those vices that people do that laws have been designed for, so when people get caught doing it, they can be put in jail. You don't like those acts, those vices. And yet those vices exist because of the systems, the system of conduct, the system of government, the system of economics that you have established and accepted. In other words, you're the cause. These acts are the response to the acts of those who support the system. The system is the cause of these actions. The system is the cause of terrorism. The system is the cause of poverty. The system is the cause of crime and violence. The system is the cause of war. Why? Because the materials for life for everybody is here. to create the goods and services to keep everybody satisfied. The master did that. It's all here. But in order to have that, you must choose that system. You must choose the system that I'm telling you about. You can't choose the Republican system. You can't choose the Democratic system. You can't choose America's system. You can't choose Russia's system. You can't choose democracy. You can't choose communism, or capitalism, or socialism, or dictatorship. You can't choose any of those. You must choose life. The system of life. And you must guarantee it to one another by not allowing any old stuff to come up that will usurp, that will take away the peace and the joy that you, my friends, have established. So when someone comes up to you and say that you need money to pay people to work, you laugh at them and send them on back where they come from. When someone comes to you and say you need money to pay for education, laugh at them and send them on back where they come from. When someone comes to you and say you need money to pay for health care, laugh at them and send them on back where they come from. When they say you need money for cars and transportation and that you value, you laugh at them and send them on back where they come from. When they say you need money to buy houses and apartments and buildings and business, laugh at them and send them on back where they come from. When they say you need money for food, for clothing, laugh at them and send them on back where they come from. And in their amazement, when they stop and ask you, what makes you think you don't need the money? Well, you just tell them that all the resources that exist comes from a power unseen. No man brought anything here, no man takes anything away. You tell them that. And you tell them that the gift that we have allows us to participate, allows us to work. And in working, we create all of the things that we need as people. We create those things, the goods and the services. And having created them, we take our portion from it that they're met. So what would we do with money? We don't need to burn money. So you take your money and go on. That's the choice that is before you. That is the choice that is before you. I've shared that with you, and that's about all I can do at this time. Bye-bye.